Okay, I'm sorry. I was trying to keep some other files right on the SD cards for now. Depending on the nature of the files, I would recommend keeping them right on there as long as possible, but I had to back them up elsewhere and get them off of there for space. So we're going to start from the beginning on this file right here. From memory, it's approximately 40 minutes. I wish that play button weren't so close to the erase button, so let me just be careful to hit play.
Messages about Lyndall's room smelling bad. Chuck was just up there. Hold on. No. Chuck was just up there. I've already cleaned it for today, like I've been cleaning it every other day for weeks going on now, no problem. And because you keep trying to set me up for things that you're manufacturing, in addition to making your life very difficult. Hold on. He was just now upstairs. I asked him to clean it. Oh, hold on. He did not touch it. I said it does not need anything. I've taken care of it. Okay. He looked around. He said, "Oh yes, I'm so proud of you," etc. He's sitting right there. Good. I am too. He can confirm or deny if he wishes. I'm proud. Okay, but then the next thing I get a text from you carrying on about Lyndall's room supposedly selling so bad it smells worse than cleaning stuff or whatever. But none of it is true. None of it is true. None of it is true. It's been stinking so none of it is true. Okay, you have not even been upstairs for months. I've been upstairs to turn off your light. No, you've not been upstairs for months, and I like my light on right now. I told you that. It's a makeup light. Could you get like a one that doesn't cost? Chuck said it doesn't cost more than like $5 a month to leave the lights on there. They're just normal. Chuck is telling you things to make you feel better about it. Light bulbs. It's cost a lot of money. You need to stop making things up, and you need to stop forcing me to be stuck here. You need to stop assaulting me. I'm done assaulting you. Look at the way you're talking to me now. Because anybody would be upset under the circumstance. I'm very upset under the circumstance. Okay, stop sending me texts. I asked you to stop sending me texts altogether, and you did not stop. Especially if every text is going to be you pretending. Especially if every text is going to be you pretending that there's something wrong with the way I'm taking care of Lyndall or her room or something. And yourself. Right. Okay, so none of that is the case. Stop trying to make it appear to be the case. Stop using my phone. Stop by trying to set me up with made-up texts as if you're also concerned about things you have no reason to be concerned about. Please. Thank you. Just stop. Okay, just stop. Thank you. Stop the way you talk to me, okay? Listen, you need to stop all the You need to stop all the You need to stop. Stop. I was courteous. I let you talk. None of that is courteous. You need to be courteous and let me talk. Listen, you are making yourself very dangerous to me. You need to stop all these attempts. That's what you said because you're psychotic. No. You're psychotic, Sahar. You're sick. You need to stop. You are sick. You need to stop. Sahar, you're going to be committed to a mental hospital or jail. You have to be. Because you're not making good choices. I am not agreeing with certain things you want to force me to agree with. You have never agreed. To make my own decision. You have never agreed to things that I wanted. Trying to force you have never agreed to anything I wanted, and I don't care as long as you're well. I've totally supported you on all the things you wanted to do, including paying for your metaphysical course. Remember that? Sahar, that's fine, but you're not thinking right. You're sick. You need medical help. Mom. You are psychotic. You're about to die if you don't take your medicines. You don't understand that. What medicines would those be? Well, you need to take Synthroid. Have you been taking it? Has anybody who's
No, I asked you a question.
Has anybody who's qualified decided I need to be taking it?
It's hard to be qualified. You know why? Take a blood test. Let's take a blood test.
No, you.
Okay, let me
will
take
not
you to a doctor.
No.
Let me take you to.
No. I do not trust. I do not trust.
You're psychotic, Sahar.
No, I simply do not trust you.
You're psychotic.
Okay, I do not trust
you. You're sick.
Mom, I do not
You're
trust
paranoid. You're delusional.
I simply
You're
do not trust
hallucinating.
you anymore because I have good reason not to trust you anymore, and that's that.
I understand what psychosis is because I am qualified to know what psychosis is. I know what psychosis is. I'm also a medical doctor. I'm qualified to know what caused psychosis.
You are not my medical doctor.
But I am a medical doctor.
It does not matter. You're not my medical doctor.
That's the problem. You need one. You need one.
There's such a thing as conflict of interest, and there are guidelines, there are ethical guidelines, there are reasons for those. You are not the person
you are in need of a medical doctor.
Kind of label.
Not me.
About
You're in need of a medical doctor. Not me.
That is not for you to decide.
It is for me to decide.
It is not for you to decide.
You're psychotic. Look at the way you're acting.
Why is Chuck cackling there right next to you? Why did he...
What is he doing?
Why is he sitting there going, ha, ha, ha?
He's caring about his business. Why are you interested in Chuck's business? I asked him to do something for me just so I'll be courteous. I thought you weren't there. There was no computer there. Oh, by the way, did you see my Bluetooth? I'm looking for it.
I don't have anything to do with it.
I know, but if you saw it, please keep your eye open. You're very good at that. When you're on top of your game, you usually find things I can't find. So if you see it, please put it somewhere for me. That's all I'm asking.
Okay, Chuck, I wish you a good day, Mom. Bye. Have a nice day.
Well, please get some mental help because you're going to get it either in a hospital against your wishes or you're going to be in jail and get it there against your wishes.
Don't threaten me just
I'm not
I don't agree with everything you want me to do when you want me to do it.
You're the one that put all the evidence anybody else needs out on the internet. They got it. You are now deemed by a court as an incapacitated person.
Which court?
That.
Which court?
You'll find out in good time. If you want to listen to me, you'll listen to me and you'll get it. You'll be, when you go for your hearing.
Which hearing?
You cannot demand like that I tell you anything that I don't feel like telling you. I should have just let them deal with it, but here I am asking them to give me an opportunity to convince you to do the right thing.
Who is them?
Do not speak to me like that.
You have made several things up. Supposedly there were men from Homeland Security, there were U.S. Marshals, there were concerns about this, that, the other. I get
what I will do then
regularly from the Democratic Party to come meet the president, etc.
Everybody gets those invitations.
Not everybody.
Well, I do too.
Certainly not people on the kind of list that you've been threatening that supposedly you found out I am on.
I found out you're what?
You have told me that I'm on all sorts of watch lists officially for this, that, or the other thing.
I never told you that. You told me you couldn't come the last time when you got in trouble and you thought you had to run from Canada to Montreal to the Bronx. You told me that you were on a no-fly list.
No.
You told me that.
I never told you that.
I have evidence of it.
Well, let's see it.
I'm not going to find it now because guess what? I've been busy trying to take care of you and your shenanigans. And guess what? You have cost me a lot of money trying to pay lawyers and court costs, keeping you out of jail.
Who are these lawyers?
You will find out soon enough.
Which are these courts? Which judge are
that is the attitude that will get you in front of a judge, and keep that attitude up because they are not playing. They're not going to fool around with you. They're not even playing with me trying to defend you. So don't worry, Sahar. You are about to find out. It's unfortunate that this is hostile between you and I. You are about to find out why. And you know what? It's okay. I don't care. I've already lost my daughter, Sahar. But I've lost you to hallucinations, delusions, and metaphysical crap. These people want to tell you this kind of stuff. They're not there putting food on your plate. They're not there getting shelter over you. The ones that I paid money to support you to take courses don't take this, don't take that. And for you to come to me lying and saying that I took you off your synthroid. I stopped you from going up high, 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 high. I beg you, please, and I'm begging you now, go to a doctor. Go to a doctor, Sahar. You might get help. It might already be too late.
Mom, we're going to have to just agree to disagree.
No, not when your life is in danger. I am a qualified licensed medical doctor.
You cannot.
And I know that I am not, but I know when people don't take their thyroid medicine for as long as you didn't take it, they will end up acting exactly the way you are acting. Normally not putting all my private information out on the internet and pictures so that people can see it. So that and have my private information totally violated, and I have patients who are totally out of their mind, who just want to attack me at every turn.
That has nothing to do with
so-called daughter. Oh yes, it is, because guess who's got everything out on the internet, including pictures of locations of where I am and what I got where. I have to use money that I was supposed to spend to do other things in trying to keep you out of all sorts of things, and I still, apart from everything, I still don't have my shed that I was going to put all this stuff that I packed. So, I can't do anything.
What did you not have in your shed have to do with it?
Because I was just about to get the money for my shed again twice. I had to pay lawyers and court costs to keep you out of jail. To keep you out of jail.
Chuck, why were you
walking
around with air freshener spray in your pocket looking to come upstairs and spray inside the dog's room?
Because I complained about it stinking.
Okay, when he got up there, he said it was fine and he was so proud of me.
Right. So you see, it was stinking last night.
You did?
No, I said you did a good job.
Well,
and I'll never use the word proud ever again because you chastised me so bad.
Right, I do not appreciate
because we are not supposed to tell you that we are proud of you. Okay, Sahar, look, go and get help. You know, I'm at the point now where you have bled me of all my resources. I can't get help anymore for you. So when they come for you and they smell that, listen, okay, guess what? DHR is going to take guardianship of you. I can't stop it. I don't have the money.
All this hoarding down here is your stuff.
It is my stuff. But you know what? That doesn't get somebody in jail. What gets somebody in jail is what you're putting out on the internet. I did not put out my hoarding on the internet, if that's what you call it. It's because I'm working 24/7 because I have to support you too. And I've been trying to help you in a lot of I could stay home and not work. This will all be done and taken care of. But I'm giving you money and I have evidence of it.
But Sahar, you put her cell phone on the internet.
My cell phone number's all over. Thanks to you.
Mom, you told Rachel, according to what she posted on my individual personal page, where I avoid putting any stop non-consensual experiments in all world citizens material, you told Rachel to go and put a comment that showed up there, I will leave on my personal page as well as potentially any other page that the picture might have shown up, in a comment thread about where I was when I was trying to find a safe place to get some rest for Lyndall and me for the night, about your concerns about me having supposedly a thyroid imbalance. Those are violations of my privacy, including HIPAA violations.
Can't be HIPAA because you're not my patient. I am your mother. Here's another thing.
Well,
that was the night. Are you telling me the night you ended up at the La Quinta Inn? That was the night you caused trouble all over the place, and the cops almost picked you up, and that was when I had to pay money to keep you out of there. And I begged Rachel, because I don't know how to manipulate the internet. I said, if there's a way to get a message to her, please tell her to stop this.
I stopped her.
And you put to everybody, you were the one, guess what I saw? You told people where you were. I was looking for you all over the place. You refused to answer me, but apparently you have cyber friends that you're putting out on the internet where you were. On timeline. You were the one telling people where you shower
and spoke to police and had some kind of barricade, and I asked them for directions, and they gave me directions. They did not have any pickup order or...
No, nobody had a pickup order.
...delivered to me like you claimed that they did.
Well, you think things happen right away? You really think things happen right away? I am not telling you anything, Sahar. You know why? Because anything that I tell you in private is up on the internet. And you probably are recording this right now. It'll be on the internet. You have put me on the internet talking privately to my daughter, trying to help her. But you don't put the rest of the story. It's her money that I'm using to do all this with. You didn't put the rest of the story. Chuck is the devil incarnate.
But you no longer get to have private conversations. That's
I realize
because I cannot trust to have a private conversation with you anymore.
I realize that. Yeah, I realize Chuck didn't have a private conversation with you, but he is apparently authorized to give you money. So you can go here, and everywhere. And to pay money to keep you safe. He's authorized by you to do that. But he's not authorized to have a private conversation when he's concerned about you. But see, I'm now not authorized to have a daughter, but I'm authorized to pay for the daughter's shenanigans all over the place. Apparently I am. Sahar, you need some kind of wake-up call. I don't want to be the one to give it to you.
I just need my own money left alone.
Your own money? Where did you get this money from?
That is nobody else's business. I need
Where?
I need all the rackets against me, all the attempted scams to clear me out.
You have never had an income
To stop.
reliable in any way. The courts asked if you ever have an income.
I need any activities against me and my assets.
Where did you get your money and your assets from?
Etc.
Where did you get your money? Sahar, if this does not shock you, then you need reality check. Where did you get this asset from?
If you
are not functional enough to even get a job.
If you are claiming that there is some kind of court action or formal paper or something pending or happening against me, I need my mail to stop being interfered with. I need to know what information I'm
interfered with, Sahar, because you have opened my mail before that you claim by accident.
Absolutely, I have not.
Oh, yes, you have.
Show the proof that it's never happened and stop making things up about me.
Okay, speak in your recording loud and clear, but speak innocently and truthfully. I have usually never known you to lie. So I really don't think you're lying, but you're delusional. You're hallucinating.
Okay, this is not productive. Please have a nice day and stop harassing me and just have a nice day.
You have a clean day, clean up yourself, have a shower, brush your teeth, keep your dog clean. You didn't clean her up today. That's good, because when I came in last night, I smelled it was stink. And a few nights it stinks. And I've had to pick up, Chuck's had to pick up dog food and pee, and I took pictures of some of them down here. And the only reason I took pictures is to show you, because you usually don't believe it. So
that reminds me.
And you're killing me, and you know
that reminds me.
Because you don't talk over me, that's rude. And you know that dogs, I have allergies to dogs and I can't breathe. You've got the dog all over the places where I have to go. I've given you much more room all over the house, trying to take care of you. Also, you don't care that this place is so hot. Look at the news, Sahar. People are dying from heat. Normal people are dying from heat. You're intolerant to cold because of your thyroid condition.
I've seen
Max
down here suddenly turn up with, quote, dog urine or feces that I know for a fact because of how I've been keeping Lyndall. She's been staying very underfoot more than usual these days, between her own desire to stay right with me and my desire to keep an eye on her.
I wasn't right with you when I saw her just now.
And
I saw her just now. You were nowhere around.
Somebody setting up, and which now I have a better idea who the somebody might be.
Paranoia and delusion.
With actually transporting from her proper newspaper in her dog's room or from somewhere urine and or
Sahar, I saw you taking pictures of a used sanitary pad in the bathroom. That is delusional. That is paranoia. That's very bizarre behavior.
Downstairs here.
Nobody Nobody would do that.
Where Lyndall absolutely does not urinate or defecate. So all of those attempted setups need to stop.
Lyndall doesn't urinate and defecate.
Anywhere she's not supposed to. You can take all the pictures you want of what you yourself set up, but it needs to all stop.
Is that on your soapbox? That all the time, and you let Linda loose down in my home down here?
Lyndall's over 10 years old. She's very well behaved.
She poops and pees in places she's not supposed to because she's not. Chuck has cleaned it up most of the time. I have cleaned it up some of the time. You do not watch her. You let her run around here and let her do things, and we are happy to do it. But don't go claiming that we transported it from one. We don't have time for that. We work for a living. You don't.
You are going to need to prove that you did not transport it because of everything else that you have a pattern now of doing. That is
you're going to have
part
to prove
of your
that
mode
you're
of
in your right
operation.
mind, and that's impossible because you just proved you're not in your right mind with all the crap you put on the internet. So guess what? The courts apparently did not need any proof other than the internet.
Which courts?
Any court.
Okay, which court of any courts would this be?
Sahar, you're an incapacitated person.
According to whom?
You will see. I've been trying to protect you from it. Sahar, when the cops come in here because you're not cooperating with me, you can give them the mouth and they will cut you off. But we beg them to be nice, okay? Actually, I didn't know. We beg them to be nice. We don't know who's going to bring it to serve you. But at this point, I have to tell them, you're not listening, you're not cooperating with me. I can't have you die because of this, Sahar. I know you're sick. I know you need help. And maybe when you're better one day, I don't expect you to ever thank me. You never did before. But at least you would be grateful for your life. You're about to die.
Mom, this is completely unproductive.
Yeah. Well, why don't you were you taking your Synthroid? It's a very small amount. Could you take 25 micrograms of Synthroid every day? Did you read, Sahar? We wasted our time. We don't have this kind of time to waste.
What do you have against it?
But we wasted our time and printed out what it would cost. You could see that's what's happening to you. What, did you even read it? Sahar, they wouldn't care even if you go to the mental hospital. And you don't want to get up for a certain time, they'll make you get up. You don't want to shower for a certain time, they'll make you. You don't want to sit down, they'll make you. Why not use your own judgment now and take it? Chuck has been arguing and advocating for you more than I ever did. And I've been doing. And your family, the only family you got that's been trying to help you, love you enough to do it. Love you enough to try to take things out of people's hands who don't even know you and put it in our hands so at least we could beg you to help, beg you to cooperate with your own health, and you're not doing it. I leave that Synthroid and I pray to God that you will cooperate. I pray to God that you will have something so that when you do, and by the way, you have a guardian ad litem which you'll find out might not be very good for you. But they might be, I gotta pray. Your guardian ad litem is going to probably want to talk to you at some point. They want to talk to you, but they're hoping that you cooperate with me, and we could honestly go to the court and tell them you're cooperating. You're not doing this, Sahar. Your guardian ad litem is quite antagonistic towards me. Maybe they'll decide whatever they want to do with you. It's hard for us to protect you anymore. And then there's a court representative, whatever that is. And that court representative is probably going to want to talk to you too. So far, all the judge needed was to see the crap on the internet. People get committed for a lot less than that. You've installed your virtues on the internet. And all these conversations you have with me. Yes, I have been asked by the court, does she have an income? No. Does she have a job? No. Does she have any assets? No. Does she have... That hurts my heart, Sahar. I would have loved you to work at the office and get an income. And that's the only thing I have any kind of power over. We try real hard to get the houses so that you could be separate from us and maybe manage things by yourself. You won't do that, but you're on the internet causing trouble.
That's not true. I thought I'd be anxious to try the house in Birmingham, but then...
No, well, we were anxious to do that, but remember, you were unreasonable. We went to check. You don't even want to go and check yourself. The air conditioner is not working. We have to pay...
I was not unreasonable. I said I'll make the trip to the house when it's ready for me to take my bags over there.
Well, guess what? We work for a living, and we work for more than one living because of all the shenanigans with you. We even gave you money to go to Las Vegas that we did not count on.
Chuck said that the house in Birmingham should be ready any day now. Is it
Chuck
ready?
is an optimist. I don't see that it could be ready any day now. Well, maybe it could, but please don't touch my stuff. The only thing is, Chuck doesn't realize how dangerous you are in this condition. You could take all my private information, my mother's private information, and put it on the internet. My mother died.
I told you I'm
many years ago.
Putting anything
I know what you told me. 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 But you have lied, and because you're paranoid and delusional, you have broken and violated my trust in you many times. So there's no reason for me to think you're not going to do it again. That's what you've been doing. When you're well, I don't think you'll do it. You're not well. So Chuck doesn't know that I have an interest in moving some of my stuff, but I don't have the time. But I'm prepared to sort of trust you if I see that you're at least getting us some better, but you're not. Look at you. You're just telling me things that don't... You're not getting better, Sahar. And you're supposed to report immediately to a guy named Jared Stewart, who used to work with us. He was a tech, but now he has a lot of power. As far as I know, he tells my patients not to come back to me. So he doesn't like me. Maybe that's a good person for you to go to. But you need to be evaluated. The court has ordered you to go immediately to Jared to be evaluated so that he can go. He works under the auspices of Dr. Ciasio, who I don't know, but from what I hear from my patients, hates me. So maybe they're good for you. They'll get you. And then we have nothing to say. They'll do whatever they need to do with you. What they'll do is they'll shoot you up with antipsychotics, that regardless of the side effects, and they wouldn't care about thyroid because they're not qualified to know anything about thyroid. You need to get to an endocrinologist who knows about thyroids, and I'm perfectly willing to get you there somehow. But you're not going. And they'll do whatever they want, Sahar. The court has ordered it. And I don't know if Jared is going to be... Don't kill me, Sahar. I need to be cool. No. I need to be cool in my home. I'm not going to be here that much longer. I am dying. You want to kill me. I see it.
It's only 70 degrees.
There is no life insurance policy for me right now, Sahar. You will be in the hands of everybody else.
It is only 70 degrees in here right now. The thermostat says so.
Thank God I turned it down earlier. You had it blasted up to 74. That's what you set it on and you turn it off. It is the hottest time outside for the day. Give me a chance. Let me get ready, Sahar. You prevented me from breathing because you have the dog all over my stuff. I can't not work because then your bills won't be paid. Food, shelter, clothing, basic bills. DHR wants to be your guardian. They might be by now. I don't know. If they're your guardian, that's fine with me. As long as you get help. I don't like it, but if you could agree to it, you could agree to cooperate with me. Every time you've ever done it before, I beg the courts. It costs me a lot of money. Look what you're trying to do to me. You're killing me off. You don't care if... I have to get up and turn the temperature down and then wait for 2 hours before I can even get out of bed. And if you can turn it up and blast me and kill me, look at the news how many people are dying with this heat now.
I never turned the heat on. I simply turned the air conditioner off.
If you turn the air conditioner off, you're turning the heat on because it's hot outside. It's very, very hot outside. It's unbearably hot outside.
Actually,
people are dying without air conditioning
as you pointed out more accurately, I usually just turn it to not drop below 74 degrees or
74, Sahar, I can't take it. I have bought you heaters like you said on the internet. I have bought you all sorts of different kinds. You didn't like this one. I bought you another kind. You refused to use it. And really, I'm glad you refused to use it because it'll kill you. I don't want you to die. Look at the people that are charged with leaving people in the car dying because of the heat outside. You want this house to be the same heat. I can't take it. I'm trying to get ready now to leave. That's why I want the place to be a little cool.
The office is always showing at room temperature about 74 degrees. You don't have any trouble there.
No, I have a lot of trouble there. We turn it up to that when we leave at night. When we come in the day, we turn it down. It takes a little bit of time, but you were too busy causing trouble with patients who don't know what you're talking about. I'm thinking they were there. I'd realized from what I was shown from internet that you thought that patient was there to get me to sign something. That's ridiculous. That's delusion. You're sick. The patients have a privilege.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You put on the thing that somebody was in my office trying to get me to sign something to say that you, I don't remember, were stealing charts or something or setting up. I don't know. Huh? Right, that's right. She don't remember nothing. But you know that. If you read what hypothyroidism symptoms are, you'll see your memory is one of them. And you'll be the same for a long time. I don't remember that.
You're trying to say you think it's just my imagination that there was any talk to try to set me up for stealing a chart?
Absolutely. Absolutely. That was delusional. Jean was there waiting for you. He sits there. He says, well, I said, she wants us to go and check all these windows. We don't have time for that. Before coming to the huddle house, I got to work the next morning. I'll get half an hour's sleep. I can't do that. He said, well, then let her stay at the office. Because I said she stays in the office and she's there hostile with patients. I didn't tell him that. I don't know what I said. I told him before
I've never been hostile with a patient.
Oh, yes. You came to the door, and you said, I know what you're doing. You stop. It got to stop. The guy was right there. You didn't see him in front of me, the patient? You said it was someone trying to get me to stop. He had a bunch of his records from another doctor with him. He had a bunch of diagnostics from another doctor. That's very common.
Oh, I have no idea what you're talking about.
See? From memory. That's hypothyroidism. You don't remember that?
Okay, we need to stop this. I hope you have a good day, and I'll work on having a good day, and hopefully we'll have a better time together next weekend or something like that if I'm still here. But
yeah, I hope you get better because the courts are not going to allow you to still be here. So
I was really like to relocate to the East Coast. Randy said it's fine if I stay there until I get settled.
You know, I tried to avoid talking to Randy about this, but you know.
No, it's fine with me. He wants to talk with you. You can talk with him.
Well, you want me to tell him what the court order says?
I want you to tell him whatever you want or need to tell him. But it would be nice if it were true, and it would be nice if you say anything that has to do with supposedly any formality, if there were proof.
Do you have a fax number?
I don't know. You can discuss all of that with him.
Okay.
But if there's any kind of formal paperwork, I have a right to see it, and I've not seen anything like that.
Yeah, that's what the court says, that you have a right. But they were going to come and they said if you don't open the door, they'll kick it open. I didn't want them to kick the door open and just grab you.
Wait. They said that I have a right to what? To get the door kicked open?
To get a copy. No, to be served a copy of the papers.
And they would kick the door open to serve papers?
No. The stuff that you've been putting out on the internet shows that you're a danger to yourself and possibly others. as far as the reports they got from Madison County from people I don't even want to know because I don't have the money to defend them. All I begged is that they transfer it in our hands. And we love you enough to do it here. And they agreed, Madison County and Marshall County agreed, because apparently you've been doing your shenanigans all over. And, by the way, somebody from the plane complained, or the persons from the plane. So I don't know what you were doing. So I don't know if it was because, you know what, I don't want to find out what you were doing. You know why? Because for me to find out, I have to pay money. And I don't have the money. I'd rather use it to defend you. So it was brought that it finally is now, they've agreed after a lot of things that they don't usually do to put it in my hands and get you to cooperate immediately. That was quite a little, that was several, I don't know how long ago, last week I guess.
Mom, so much of what you're saying does not make sense to me.
Okay. Okay. I know she can't process. Okay, Sahar. Normally you're very sharp. And what should I do with you? Do you want to go to the hospital then? You want me to, you know, I will be in contempt of the court, but I'm prepared to take it. You know, I'm still laying there praying to God to show me the way. I'm even thinking of running away with you, but you won't do it. You won't let me. And then if I run away with you, we're both indigent. You know? I was even thinking of running away with you so people can't shove you into the hands of people who hate me. But I can't worry about me. I got to worry about you. If you're not going to cooperate with treatment yourself, then you're not, and this is the kind of stuff you're doing, and even after the court order, apparently you still put some more stuff there. Me getting a call directly from the court, wondering why you're still on the internet.
I've never received a court order about anything to do with anything that you're talking about.
You're lucky, because when you receive the court order, you'll be picked up immediately.
Well, it's the United States of America the last time I checked. And if somebody's going to be...
I'm not a lawyer, so I'm not a judge.
If somebody's going to be accused of something, they'd have a right to know who's accusing them, etc., and go through some kind of due process.
Oh, guess what? In this case, it was you. The evidence is your internet. You put it all out there. That's not normal behavior. See, I thought so too. Come to find out, you did yourself in. All their evidence is your internet productions. I would love to take it off. First of all, I asked you, I beg you, please take my personal information off the internet. Please take the video of Chuck walking, you know, all our stuff that we got stored there. There's a lot of theft going on around here. There's spotters that come around and see. They don't have to bother with coming around and spotting. They can just look at the internet. Oh, they got some good stuff under there. They can just, and guess what? Life is cheap. They will shoot and kill any one of us. Look in the news what's been happening around here. They'll shoot and kill them for a few inches of copper wire. You think they won't come and move our stuff out of there? Now that they can see it's on the internet, it's all over. Thanks to you, Sahar. I don't blame you for that. You're sick. I think when you're well, you won't do that. And if Ranji wants to take the chance of you doing the same thing to him, I think that's fine. He knows what he's dealing with. That's fine with me.
Mom, I hope you have a nice day.
I hope you do too.
Thank you.
But I hope you have a healthy day. And Sahar, you can't go for this long without bathing. Personal hygiene is a minimal requirement.
Come, sweetie. Lendo, come.
Brush your teeth and, you know, personal hygiene is a minimum requirement.
Good girl. Come here, sweetie. Okay, sit right here so I can see where you are, okay? Good girl. Stay nice.
Don't want to hear.
Come, baby, come.
Sahar, I'm going to put your synthroid there. I hope you take it. I don't know where the camera is.
how sensitive the microphone was, or how many of you have the hearing to pick it up, or so, but this is not the first file where you can hear several times in the background Dr. M's voice saying F-U-C-K her and F-U-C-K the B-I-T-C-H. So he's been lurking and stalking and inciting in the background, sometimes not as much in the background as actually in the foreground, but usually around Dr. L, he's on the relatively subtle side, and it's more background, like he's trying to trigger her to keep assaulting me in such a way as how she was assaulting me there, and to keep going with the agenda that he once pursued, and that seems to be helping to trigger her to act like that. Him sitting very close to her saying, you know, F-U-C-K her, F-U-C-K her, F-U-C-K the B-I-T-C-H, and so forth. And he does other things I've noticed to trigger her, but it's probably actually safer for her, at least, if I don't say what they are, so everybody knows what those potential triggers might be. But it literally causes her to change her hairstyle to a particular hairstyle for that particular behavior and apparent personality that goes with that behavior and all that kind of stuff. So there have been times where she's completely contrary to how she was right there. It's not like she's like that all the time, but lately, since there's been this big mission to get me off the internet and to set me up, it's been almost all the time. That's what I'm dealing with. But as soon as I get the stuff up that I need to get up to show that basically this is what they're trying to say and do against me is not even a little bit legitimate, it's just for the sake of trying to derail my independence, my writing, deplete all the funds I've managed to legitimately save up, and actually, more than that, I mean, I've been able to scrape up under extreme, despite racket still ongoing against me, racket after racket after racket, to illegitimately clear me out and undermine my finances, my credit, and so forth. I've managed to rebuild my credit to good standing. I've had to wait some of it out of what had been damage that had been done by racketeering, particularly real estate racketeering, and fight some of it out. But now that they see that, okay, so I'm ready to be able to go rent an apartment, I had a successful set of meetings with the co-publishing company and their parent company earlier this year in San Francisco, and I'm proceeding. So I'd paid 2 out of 3 installments on my contract and was about to pay off the 3rd installment. Actually still have the opportunity to do so. It's not due before the end of the month. Then all of a sudden, all of this activity is ramped up to derail me again and try to set me back again. And this time, not willing to just quietly sit by, so that and I could hope that maybe they haven't permanently damaged me, so that I could, after moving heaven and earth for another decade, maybe I'd have another chance for a personal and professional life and everything. No, thank you. They pushed me too long, too hard. A lifetime of this garbage. It needs to be over. So one way or the other. I'm not suicidal. I'm not homicidal. But I'm not going to buckle into what they want. And they should really well be past understanding that by now. But apparently some people will just never get it on their own. So I do thank God actually for the internet, because I can see that before the day and age of the internet, and if it weren't for the internet, my goodness, I mean, how would somebody actually, get out from under this kind of, powerful international grip that's been set up throughout their lives? With their own parents, acting so professionally and sweetly in front of the world live, like during the business hours and stuff like that, so the town would not believe you, etc., except that, you know, you're able to use technology to show better what actually is the situation. So, thank you for helping to keep me and Lyndall safe. It seems to be too late for the safety of, well, those who've been following know what I was trying to refer to, but I'm just going to close this out here, and because it is now 9:04 and I don't know exactly when Doctors M and L might come in, or if they really do have somebody pocketed that might break the door down or something, God only knows. So I'm going to just keep hoping that those that have been helping me are better at what they do than and computers and all than I am, and that the bad people are, and that this gets out to the public, and that I make it through to next week when my cousin Rangy is coming to help me get back to New York. So God bless you. Thank you. Good night.